Okay, time for a little update. I am on day 6 of the lion diet, and I gotta say I'm really struggling right now. This feels more like a fast than anything. Even when I eat, I don't feel like I've eaten. I've been trying to force myself to eat more in case I'm just not eating enough, and I can't even do that. It's really hard. And I'm not feeling as, like, my body's not feeling as satisfied. So I might make a little change. I don't know. I'm trying to stay strong. I really want to see the benefits that I have through this. But I've been thinking about eggs a lot, and I don't think eggs would hold me back that much from my goals. I'm going to try and hold on a bit longer and try and just strong my way through this, but this really is a mental challenge, and there are definitely some speed bumps going on, so we'll see. I'm trying. I'm hoping this channel helps me stay accountable, but I will be honest, so if I end up making any changes, I will let you know. In other news, I am already down 10 pounds, so that's quite an improvement for just the first week. Here, we'll show a little look at it. Pretty good. We're getting there. Okay, it's October 7th and about 8 a.m. in the morning, and I just wanted to give a little update. I've decided to make some changes, just a little bit. I'll explain why. So, the first few days of this diet I was doing great. I felt good, you know, it was kind of a good cleanse for my body. And then I ended up fasting for Yom Kippur, which is, you know, the most important Jewish holiday of the year. And when we broke the fast that evening, after the 24-hour mark, I still felt like I hadn't eaten anything. I still felt like I was fasting. And then the next day I felt really drained and fatigued and hungry, and I was eating, and no matter what, I wasn't feeling satisfied or full or anything. And I think I made a few mistakes. One would definitely be that the meat that I had to start us off was all meat that needs to be cooked pretty well, and so it was a lot of like well cooked meat with a lot of rendered fat, and that actually caused my hiatal hernia to act up. If you don't know what a hiatal hernia is, that's where your stomach kind of scrunches up to your esophagus and causes really bad heartburn. And so I was having really bad heartburn for the past few days actually, but I was hoping maybe that would go away, but it just kept getting, like, it just kept happening and getting pretty bad. The other mistake that I made was that fasting I did way too prematurely. I already hadn't been eating enough at that point, and so I think that fast is what really sent me over the edge in terms of how I felt. It wasn't for lack of trying to eat enough. I was just having a really hard time getting it down, trying to just listen to my body and stop when the meat wasn't tasting good, but it still wasn't enough. And that fast didn't happen naturally, you know. So I think that was one thing that really set me off course and just made it harder to recover. And so definitely these are mistakes that I made that I don't suggest other people do, and hopefully this will help me understand a better approach for the future. So we'll see. I felt like I wasn't eating enough, and I was trying to eat more, and it just got to a point where it felt like I was forcing myself, and I couldn't even force myself to eat enough. Like, I tried. I started having a slight meat aversion, and like I heated up something to eat and it didn't even smell good to me, and it made me feel sick to my stomach thinking about eating it. And after a little while I made myself eat a little bit, and it didn't help me feel any better. It was weird, like my stomach just did not feel good. And I was, really thinking about that I want to stay strong and I want to push through. Because I don't know if some of that was definitely from just kicking it off in the wrong way, and some of that was like probably part of my body detoxing. I don't know. But I was thinking about it and thinking about my goals and what I want to accomplish, and the thought of pushing through it for another 3 weeks. I don't know, it made me cry. Like, I actually got emotional thinking about it, which, I don't know, that was saying a lot to me. And so I decided to include eggs. I think I will still see similar results even having eggs included. I'm still gonna be super clean without seasonings or extra garbage that doesn't need to be there. I think the biggest thing for me to take out was dairy, and so I'm gonna start incorporating some eggs, and this might turn into more of a beef, butter, bacon, and eggs challenge, but people have had a lot of success with that, and it's still going to be a necessary cleanse for me. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But I'm gonna keep being challenged for this month anyway. Also, just economically having eggs is really going to help us, because I wanted to get all the cheapest beef that I could to make this just very approachable for the month and not break the bank for us. And getting all that cheap meat, while I don't think there's anything wrong with it, it was just, I think just the options that I had weren't the right ones. I've got some steaks on the way now. Maybe I'll feel better having those. Even if I'm having eggs, that doesn't mean I'll have them every meal. I'll still do plenty of meals that are just beef. That works for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna see if that helps, because it was weird. My stomach didn't feel full or satiated. I tried adding more fats to see if that was the problem, and then it just made me feel like sick. And I would say I definitely made some mistakes though. So I wouldn't recommend other people approach it quite in this way. I'll say that. But I'll make some adjustments and see how I'm feeling. I did have some eggs last night, and I felt immensely better. Like, really so much better. My stomach finally felt more satisfied. It sat well in my stomach. It wasn't causing any heartburn like the beef was. And then shortly after that, I had some beef I had trying to have a little more beef in the day, and then my heartburn started acting up. So, yeah, I think part of that was just the meat being so well cooked. And I think really another mistake was just that I wasn't eating enough, but it was really hard for me to make myself eat enough. I was having kind of symptoms of being low on calories, like being really cold even when it wasn't cold around me, being kind of weak, and just not having the energy that I usually have. You know, I've had a lot of success with this diet, but this beef only approach has been a little rough. So I'm going to finish out this month with some eggs to help me out. You know, I really felt so much better having them in, so I feel like maybe there was something in the eggs that my body was needing because I had been craving them. And, you know, it's a lot better than what I could have cracked and eaten, so I'll take it. So I guess I'll be kind of more BB&E, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And I will update on my results. Oh yeah, and from this first week, October 1st to October 7th, I've lost 10 pounds. I went from 79 kilos to 75 kilos, which is like 175 down to 165-ish. Like, it was like 174.9 to 164.9. But yeah, so really excited about that, and I'm going to keep you updated on my results as I go. Thank you very much. This is a journey for all of us. I just want to say that for those who are on this journey and maybe trying to challenge themselves and struggling, I'll say don't be afraid to make a small change if you need to. If your health is on the line and you really need to push through it, then also we are all here to encourage you and give you any tips or pointers that can help you keep going and push through it. And but I want to say, for those who can afford to, making a small change, don't be ashamed of that. I think there's a lot of bullying in this community, a lot of dogma in this community, and I especially don't want to be anyone who's judging other people or telling them how they should do it, because all of our bodies work differently. We all need different things, and sometimes you just need to make a slight change to get the results that you're looking for, or to be able to maintain the way that you are going about it. And so I would encourage you to not beat yourself up if you need to make any sort of change. And I hope you will still follow me along on this journey and see where it takes me. Thank you very much. I will see you.